Look at someone's eyes right now. Doesn't matter who, a person on the street, someone across the room. Look at the white part surrounding the iris. Now find a picture of a chimpanzee, or a gorilla, or any other primate on Earth. Their eyes are almost entirely dark. You can barely see where they're looking. Now look at a human again. You can tell exactly where they're looking from across a room. That's not an accident. That's one of the strangest evolutionary decisions in the history of life on Earth. And almost nobody knows it happened. Here's what we were taught. Humans evolved bigger brains. We developed tools. We learned to cooperate. And that cooperation is what made us the dominant species on Earth. Now, all that's true, but it leaves out the question nobody asks. How? How did we actually cooperate? What physical change made that possible? The answer is sitting in your face right now, and you've never noticed it. The white part of the human eye is called the sclera. Every vertebrae on Earth has a sclera. Fish, birds, reptiles, and every primate. In almost every other species, it's dark. Brown, black, hidden. Humans are the only species on Earth with a prominently white sclera. The only one. And our eyes are shaped differently too. Human eyes are wider and more horizontally elongated than any other primate, specifically to expose more of that white. Specifically so the direction of your gaze is visible to everyone around you. Scientists call this the Cooperative Eye Hypothesis. And when you understand what it means, it changes how you think about being human. Here's the problem with white sclera. It makes you vulnerable. If a predator can see exactly where you're looking, it knows whether you've spotted it. Think about what that means on the open ground. A lion stalking through tall grass needs one thing: to know if you've seen it. Your eyes answer that question instantly. A rival group of humans, competing for the same food, the same water, can read exactly where your scouts are watching, what you've noticed, what you haven't. White eyes in a dangerous world should have been a death sentence. If a rival can read your gaze, it knows what you're watching, what you're planning, what you haven't noticed yet. Every other primate evolved dark sclera for exactly this reason: to hide their attention, to be unreadable. Gorillas, chimps, orangutans, their eyes give nothing away. You can't really tell where they're looking. That's a survival advantage. So the question is, why did humans evolve the opposite? Why did we evolve eyes that broadcast exactly where our attention is? Eyes that make us more readable, more exposed, more vulnerable. The answer is that at some point in human history, being readable became more valuable than being hidden. Think about what it takes to hunt as a group. You're tracking an animal across open ground. You need to split up. One person goes left, one goes right. You need to coordinate without making a sound. How do you do that? Well, you look at each other. You look at where you need to go. And your partner follows your gaze. That only works if they can see where you're looking. That only works if your eyes are readable. Dark sclera makes you a better individual survivor. White sclera makes you a better teammate. And somewhere between 200,000 and 400,000 years ago, our ancestors made that trade. They became readable, and it changed everything. Anthropologist Robin Dunbar at Oxford has spent decades studying human cooperation. And his research shows that the ability to follow another person's gaze is the foundation of almost everything that makes humans unique. Language, teaching, planning, all of it depends on shared attention. The ability to look at the same thing at the same time and know that you're both looking at it. A mother points at something, and her child follows her gaze. That's how language begins, not with words, with eyes. Think about what that unlocks. A parent looks at a berry on a bush. The child follows that gaze. The parent shakes their head. The child just learned something without a single word being spoken. Which plants are safe and which aren't? Where the water is, where the danger is. An entire education built on the ability to follow someone else's eyes. No other species can pass knowledge that way. Human babies start following adult gazes at around 9 months old. 9 months. Before they can walk, before they can talk, before they understand almost anything about the world, they know how to follow your eyes. Chimpanzee infants don't do this the same way. Researchers have tested it directly. You look up at a corner of the room. A human baby follows your gaze to that exact spot. A chimp looks at your face. It watches you, not where you're looking. That difference is written into human biology from birth. And it's there because of the whites of our eyes. But here's where this gets stranger. We're not the only species that evolved with white sclera. There's one other. Man's best friend. Dogs. Not wolves, but dogs. Wild wolves have dark sclera just like every other predator. But domestic dogs, the ones that have lived alongside humans for 15,000 years, many of them develop partial white sclera, and they use it the same way we do. A dog will follow your gaze. It will look where you look. It will use your eyes to understand what you want. Wolves don't do this. Dogs learned it from us, or evolved it because of us. The only two species on Earth with readable eyes are the two species that evolved together. Think about that for a second. A dog looks at your face when it doesn't know what to do. It's not just waiting for a command. It's reading your eyes, looking for information. Researcher Juliane Kaminski at the Max Planck Institute tested this directly. She found that dogs don't just follow human gaze. They follow human eyes specifically. Not a hand, not a head turn, your eyes. They track the direction of your iris. Wolves raised alongside humans from birth can't do this. It's not training. It's not learned behavior. It's something dogs evolved over thousands of years of living with us. Their biology changed to read ours. The same thing that made us dangerous as hunters, effective as teachers, capable of building everything we've built. But there's something else researchers found too. When a human makes sustained eye contact with you, your brain releases oxytocin, the same chemical released during physical touch, during trust, during love. Eye contact for humans is not just communication, it's bonding. And it only works because of the whites in our eyes. You can't make that kind of eye contact with a chimp. You don't really know where it's looking. You can't connect with it the way you connect with a dog or another person. The white sclera isn't just how we communicate. It's how we trust. Here's what should stick with you. Every language on earth has expressions about eyes. The window to the soul, a look that could kill, love at first sight. Every culture that has ever existed figured out independently that the eyes reveal something the rest of the face doesn't. That's not poetry. That's 200,000 years of evolution making itself felt. You are the only animal on Earth whose eyes were designed to be read, designed to share attention, designed for trust. That vulnerability, the thing that should have made us easier to hunt, became the reason we built cities, wrote books, put people on the moon. It started with two early humans looking at each other across a fire, each one able to see exactly where the other one was looking, and deciding that knowing that was worth the risk. The next mystery nobody talks about is right here.